Hello there. I'm Weird Alexander, not to be confused with Yankovic the Great. And this is a continuation of our URU exploration, specifically the Path of the Shell. Of course, if you've been watching from the main playlist, which is, you know, bunch of stuff, that was unnecessary introduction, but you never know, someone could be doing stuff. I don't know. Anyways, Path of the Shell. While we're at it, here it is. Whoop. That's a very odd set of... That's a very odd picture to have on a holographic display, so I'm just gonna... Yeah. Also, there's our coordinates in the Dunny cavern. Because in the 2 Dunny expansion, you fix the GPS system they got there, down there. Technically, it's the Great Zero, but like, semantics. No spoilers, but well, I guess it's kind of bland as far as spoilers are concerned. That's a big tree. That's a cool jacket. I like this jacket. Moving on. Uh-huh. Up these stairs we got this weird door thing. Whoop. Okay. Huh. 1-4. You know what? I'm gonna take a note of that. This is some stuff from previously. Okay. Very interesting mechanism. What's this? Whatever. We can push this ball, I guess. Push the ball. Yeah. Get your back into it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost. Come on. Okay. Well, that was something. What did that do? Just a thing. No, that's a decoration. Does this do anything? It just turns the lights off. Oh, I hear something. I hear it. There it is. But why, though? Whatever. And now the door's open. Yay. Okay, that was something. Another postcard thing, it seems. 189. Okay, but still don't know what those things are for. Can I jump from the railing? No, that would be stupid. Got some Lincoln books over here, but let's save that for later. Also a journal, that's important to note. Oh! Well, what do you know? Sneaky little thing. 138. That is 38. Yeah, it's 38. It's got very fancy handwriting, so just making sure. Alright then. Read the journal. Wouldn't be a missed game without lore. The Watcher's Sanctuary. Analysis. Author Simpson. This is transcribed from voice recorder. Excuse me. Don't know what that was about. 10/7/2002 and 4/19/03. 2 trips. Okay, where to get started? The room itself is actually pretty simple, and at first glance doesn't seem to have much to it. Well, for your average explorer. There's actually much more here than meets the eye. Much more, at least as far as history. Practically dripping off the walls. Fortunately, I dig that stuff. Lucky for you, I'm also better than your average explorer. Settle down, Nip Simpson. Might be getting ahead of myself. Structure. Circular room with a number of doorways leading off in each direction. Large staircase, might need some support work, leads to an upper level. Okay, this just doesn't work without knowing some of the history and story behind this place. I gotta start there. Done some translation and talked with Watson. This is great stuff. Alright, the tree off the balcony. I did do a little walking around. I can't see it well. Dark. But it's an old tree. Don't know exactly when it was created, although certain style and material elements suggest as far back as the early 2000s, long before a guy called the Watcher came around. And it's the Watcher this place was created for, renovated for, and dedicated to, from the time it was built in the late 4000s until the fall of the knee. The Watcher lived during the mid-4000s and spent most of that life on hidden, secluded ages. He wrote a book called Words, a prophetical book, Nostradamus-type guy. Hey, we got a copy of that. Strange. Though it doesn't seem his prophecies caught on real well at first, through a variety of events, you can ask somebody else if you want to know them all. The guy became more and more popular, then faded, then popular again. You know the deal. There are always a core group of followers, but the overall population wavered. I would imagine depending on how accurate they viewed his visions. Over the course of time, a whole lot of copies of his books were printed. We've found plenty of them. As I mentioned, the tree, which I still don't know how to actually get to, was built long before the Watcher. No one at the DRC seems to know exactly what it was for. Best guesses are that the tree was built early on as a representation of the Dunny that had come here. The new tree. Well, technically the new tree is tyranny. That's how it translates anyways. I don't know. They definitely had a thing for trees. Think you're looking at the Great Tree of Possibility, or just the multiverse, timelines, all sorts of stuff that you don't really pay attention to unless you got books that take you to literally anywhere and anywhen, you know? So the Watcher comes along and writes some prophecies. They end up becoming pretty popular, and they do deal quite a bit with the tree, as much as Dunny prophecy does. And an unknown guy builds this building with the tree as its focus. Seems like the building was an upper-class lounge or sitting room, pub, something along the lines. The intellectuals come and discuss the philosophies and politics of the day, although there was some homage being paid to the Watcher and his thoughts and ideas. This sanctuary, or whatever you want to call it, stayed successful even while ownership changed. It seems it changed as frequently as the philosophies and religious views of the people. It wasn't until Kadish came along, yes, our good friend Kadish, bastard, that the thing really took off. Unfortunately, right before the fall. I've just realized I haven't moved in the past few minutes. I'm standing in a building giving an analysis without moving. Gotta love history. So back to it. Nice little coves in this place. Wouldn't be bad all for a cigar. And okay, Kadish into fall. Kadish was the last guy to own it, and seems he did some renovations. This is where the history and current day setup get interesting. The Watcher spoke quite a bit, in words, about someone known as the Grower. The Grower's prophesied to do a number of things, and it seems there were numerous interpretations of the Grower. Some saw this person as little more than a great lord or king, while others saw this person as a superhuman miracle worker, godlike, conquering time, space, and dimension, and everything else. The views on the Grower were as varied as you can imagine. What's important is that Kadish viewed himself as the Grower, as the one the Watcher had prophesied about. As a result, he modified the pub to honor not only the prophet, but himself as well. He seemed to be intent on fulfilling as many of the prophecies as he could, so he built this puzzling path with a shell to the tree, brought the Arcana book here. Kadish was the engineer behind its construction. Brought the Anone book here and claimed that allowed him to travel through time. I'll believe when I see it. Back to the Dunny homeworld as it was, as it is, and as it would be. Kadish claimed he wrote the book. You invented Gardner? Really? Some sort of time paradox nonsense? Okay, sure, man. All these things came to fulfill the prophecies. Even the times of Denis were significant because the Watcher claimed to see visions of the past, present, and future. As a result, he wrote that what he saw, never knowing if it would occur in the future, had already occurred in the past, or was occurring as he wrote. People flocked to the place. Not only was it the only way to travel through time, but Kadish himself was the only one who could solve the spiral path of the shell and access the tree. In fact, he would demonstrate his ability to anyone who wanted to come and watch. Nightly challenges were held to see if anyone else could access the room. It seems no one ever did, for the confirmation of Kadish as the Grower. Kadish bragged that the Watcher clearly spoke of how to solve the room in his prophecies, and that anyone could find a solution there. Maybe the numbers I've been seeing around here? Easy to say when you did build the thing. Maybe I don't get something. Either way, good luck reading through all those and figuring out anything, let alone the solution to some kind of weird dunny puzzle. So it seems that Kadish ran the sanctuary up to the end. Obviously, at some point we know he died. We've all seen the remains of the poor guy. An odd end for a guy that seemed to have so much. Had a book right there, but didn't use it. That's another story. A story of hubris and greed. Classic. Okay, history out of the way, and I guess I should finish with this spiral path room. I'm not a big puzzle guy, but this room seems very confusing. A switch closes the door and turns on the light, and some mechanism releases the ball back to its starting point. There are numbers scratched into the walls of the maze as well. Enough of that. I can see myself going crazy in a place like this. Other than me. Oddly, there's no physical access to or from the city that surrounds the building. We know that this building's up in Jiteri, a nice district. But there's definitely no way to get in from the outside and vice versa. Not sure if Kadish shielded up or if it always was, but I would bet the second idea. Makes it handy to limit access. If you don't have a book, you're not getting here. And that would explain why the books here were never destroyed or taken. That's it for now. I'll probably get back here again after checking Arcana and Anane. Or Anane, however you pronounce it. And we'll do that too. Next time.